I am Laurie. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. Today I have a treat for you. I'm going to read a message from Horseface. Horseface is the affair partner, a little term I coined a little while ago because I didn't like what my student wives were calling the affair partner. So I came up with a really cool name, and I thought that was hilarious because out in the world, if you use horseface as a noun, oh yeah, my husband's horseface. Only people who know what that word means are going to know what you're talking about. And that's kind of cool. So since someone sent me this clip of this woman writing a story about her experience with her husband that belongs to someone else, I like to share that with you because I want you to know what is going on inside the husbands that have left you. Many times we think we know. I have my crystal balls over there. Got a little crystal ball. Everyone likes to guess. Oh no, my husband feels this way. Oh no, my husband feels this way. And I'm always like, how do you know? You don't know unless you talk to him. And even if you do talk to a man in midlife crisis, you might not get a straight answer anyway. So you got to kind of use your head and stay present and understand and study and join my video program and stay calm. But first, I want to share with you two little things. I work with such grateful people, and they are always sending me little notes of thank you. And if you're one of my students watching this, thank you for sending gratitude notes to me. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have so many people leaving comments. I can't keep up. I will not let any of my assistants or interns work on anything that you send me. I do it. I do all of it, and I work 24 hours a day. But if you send me something, I will respond. And yes, you are talking to me. And if you have a story, if you've got something to say about an affair partner, about your mother's affair when she was in high school or when she got married at 18, I want to hear about it because us talking about it here shares that with other people, and other people can share it with other people. And it's a small community of people that are betrayed, but that community is mighty and they care about each other and they want everyone to know the same thing. My job is to keep families together, to keep your loved ones close. That's your team. I want your team tight, and I want you to love them, and I want you to walk with them, and I want you to stay close because the enemy is out there. The devil is at your door, and the wolf is at your window. I just came up with that the other day. I trademarked it too. The devil is at your door, and the wolf is at your window. What does that mean? That means you are constantly under attack. And if you're not careful, the enemy is still going to come at you. Even if you get through this midlife crisis thing like I did. Husband's home, things are great. Well, let me tell you, things just start popping up again. Be prepared. Be ready. Be in control of your heart and love, let go, and use the big guy upstairs. Oh, by the way, tomorrow at 1 o'clock, so if this is after Tuesday, November 11th, 2025, or you could watch the video later, I'm having a class. It's called Midlife Crisis and God. I know a lot of my students are not God people, which is fine. This is specifically for people who've asked me to talk about it because I have a lot to say about it, and I tend to hold back because I don't want to offend anybody. And yet, these things need to be talked about because there's so much to talk about. And I wanted to use one class, and it might go 3 hours. So if you want to join, there'll be a link in the notes below, but you don't have much time because it's tomorrow. It's less than 24 hours, but I had to do this now. So I was texting with a woman today. We went back and forth, and I reminded her, your friendship is what will bring you back together. Do not think for 1 minute that your friendship will push him into the arms of the other woman. That doesn't happen. Stay friends with him because then there's zero space for another woman to climb in that crevice where you once took. Let go. So this morning I was on a call with a wife who I want her to see her mother-in-law and father-in-law and all these people for Christmas. And she said, no, I'm not going. She's going to be there, Horseface. And I said, are you sure Horseface is going to be there? And she's like, well, I don't know. And I said, then you take the space. Don't leave space for Horseface to get there because it's the holidays. And if you don't jump in or if you pull out, Horseface will be there. There will be space for her and she'll just come because he'll invite her. Somehow, some way it happens. Don't leave space. I gave her a hard time because I don't believe that you should be just sitting there doing nothing. This is your husband. This is your life. That's what standing spouses means. You are a spouse standing for your husband because you want him home. So you stand and you take up that space and you go to Christmas and you participate in family things because you're family. You are family. When you marry your husband, you become family. And just because one guy, your husband, decides he wants out doesn't mean all those relationships you have with all those people just disappear. Not at all. You are family forever and ever. Amen. Your family. Remember that. So anyway, his wife and I kind of got into it a little bit. And because I'm like a baseball coach, I teach you how to hit a ball, right? I want you to get a home run. I get you all set up so you can do that. If you start arguing with me and telling me, no, I can't do it because my neck hurts or my elbow's out of, no. Get up there. You hired me to help you. Let's go. We're getting a home run. We're getting your husband home. So anyway, I told this woman that she needed to change some things and she was not happy. Then she started to cry. I thought to myself, is she crying because I'm pushing her? Or is she crying because she's sad about something else? Or is she crying because she's scared? And we talked, and I'm talking to her like I'm talking to you right now. And at the end of our conversation, she was happy and she understood what I was trying to tell her. I explained it to her like this. Some of my students call me Mr. Miyagi. Remember Karate Kid a long time ago? Walks on, walks off. Mr. Miyagi's telling Daniel's son needs to learn how to do karate. And Mr. Miyagi says, okay, wash the car. And he's like, I don't want to wash the car. And Mr. Miyagi goes, oh, okay, you don't want to learn. And he's like, no, I want to learn. He's like, wash the car. Daniel's son goes over there and starts washing the car. And he goes, no. Wax on, wax off. Wax on, wax off. And in the end, Daniel learns how to fight. But the point is, one of my students said, you're like Mr. Miyagi because you make me do things and I hate doing them. But when I keep doing them, the after effect is I get what I want. And I didn't know what you were doing is prepping me to learn how to do these certain things and getting my muscles ready in here so that I'm ready for the big day. And I said, wow. That's great. The Karate Kid from like 1984 and Mr. Miyagi. That's a really good analogy and I will take it. You can call me Mr. Miyagi. I'm not Daniel's son. You are. And you're going to do things I tell you to do because that flexes your muscles and gets you ready for what I'm preparing you to do. Even though you're like, oh, I don't need that. Yes, you do. Trust me. This woman says, which she's lovely, I am so good that you took me out of my comfort zone today. The crying during our call comes from me being uncomfortable. I love when you're uncomfortable. It means it's working. It places you against the unknown and the uncertain. But I know that's good. As you say, it's believing that this will take me to where I should be, even though I don't understand it yet or see the whole picture. So this woman is lovely. And I am sad she cried, but you know what? Sometimes in midlife crisis, adjusting and figuring things out, there will be some tears shed. You've got to grow. You've got to shed your old yucky wings that are holding you down and you learn how to fly. And the goal is for your husband to return to your family. Will he? As far as I'm concerned, yes, 1000%. I believe to my whole heart and core, your husband will come home. Why? Because he already knows you. He already married you. He put a ring on your finger. He likes you and he was attracted to you. Otherwise, he wouldn't have married you. And knowing all of that means the door is open. We just need to tweak a few things and do a few things. So trust that process. Okay, so now let's go on to this letter. I'm about to read to you a letter or email, I'm not sure what it is, from Horseface to, I think it's to her friend or her mother-in-law, I'm not sure. But I have many women on my program who just keep sending me stuff, and this was good. She calls this the post-after affair life. We've already established that I'm a jealous person. My boyfriend and I, her boyfriend is the husband she stole, have been living together for quite a while now. Unfortunately, it's not a bed of roses. And this is the part where you, who might have a husband who has an affair partner, can go, okay, I want to hear about this. My boyfriend is still unhappy with his life. And if you're wondering how I know that for sure, it's because he has no problem telling me. The thing is, he doesn't have to tell me. I can tell on my own. I can see it in his face. I can feel it when we're cuddling in bed. And that's when I know he's checked out mentally. I know he carries a lot of guilt that weighs on him. He also has shame. And yes, he has also said that he feels like he may as well have murdered someone because that's how bad he feels about what he did to his wife and kids. I know some of you are like, good. I have no choice but to accept the fact that he wishes he hadn't done what he did with me, that he regrets the choices he made to be with me, but he still loves me and wants to be with me here now. Right now, we have a don't ask, don't tell policy when it comes to talking about his ex-wife these days. I know he texts her all the time based on the fact that I know his kids don't text him much at all. But yet, he still knows everything that's going on with his kids. I'm not stupid. I've been co-parenting with someone I can't stand for 22 years. That's my ex-husband. And I know that if you want your kids to stay relatively okay, you have to keep communicating with their other parent no matter how bad your relationship is. He goes up to the old house to visit his ex-wife and kids and fix things up almost every single Sunday. So I know that some days she's there with him, and I have to sit here at home and live with not knowing what their conversations are like. That's what happens when you play with a married man. When you date a married man or a guy who's still married and not divorced and moved away from his wife yet, you're going to have an ex-wife in your life forever. Ta-da! Are they friendly? Are they tense? Are they as comfortable as they were when they were married? Does he miss talking to her all the time? Let me answer those. Are they friendly? Yes. Are they tense? Not if you're working with me. Are they as comfortable as they were when they were married? Again, if the wife is working with me, I'm going to guess they're getting along really well. Does he miss talking to her all the time? After 32 years, my answer is yes, 100%. Now, does that wife want to talk to him? I don't know. It's up to her. But if she does, Horseface will never feel safe. I know it's happening, but I don't want to know the details. I just want to know he won't lie to me again if I ask him a question and he thinks it's better to lie to me than tell the truth, because he thinks he's both protecting my feelings and his ass, which is exactly what he did back when he started cheating with you, Horseface. When husband starts cheating with Horseface, he lies to the wife. But after he's been with Horseface for a while, they're comfortable. And then when he goes out to do something, he lies to Horseface. And why should she be surprised? You started hanging out with a liar, and you thought it was okay that he left his wife, so sooner or later he's probably going to leave you too. Just stating the facts here, guys. One time when we were fighting, he told me he didn't want me anywhere near his kids, to meet his kids, or to know anything about them. He didn't even want me to ask questions about them anymore. I define a great week or a month as a period of time that passes without my boyfriend and I having a talk that leads to us not speaking to each other for days. Oh, that's good news. And this is what I tell wives. I'm like, don't worry about the affair partner. She doesn't have any skills, because if she had skills, she never would have started hanging out with a married guy. But since she did, and she thought it was okay, that means she wasn't trained properly as a child. If Horseface wasn't trained properly as a child, she's not a good girlfriend. She's going to do things wrong. She's going to argue, she's going to fight, she's going to disagree in a way that hurts him. Then maybe she'll do a cold shoulder and not talk to him for a while, which means he's sitting there going, I left my wife for this? Well, what was I thinking? And that's what happens, people. A routine has been established between he and I. We wake up together, have coffee every morning, go to bed together on most nights. He cooks, he does the dishes, I do all the other chores. And then he goes to see his family one day a week. And in July, he goes on vacation with his family. And then at Thanksgiving and Christmas, he'll go see them as well. He says, I'm settling for someone who might never want to get married again. But I'm not settling. I'm choosing to stay with the man I love, and I appreciate him and what I have with him, even though I might not be getting everything I once hoped for. Isn't that sad? Why would you want to date someone who's like secondhand goods when you can go find someone out there who's free, who's not with a woman? You get all of him. Why would you take second helpings? I never understood this. I really want to talk to some women who've had affairs with men. I would love to talk to some of you. So if you're hearing this, or you know someone who's cheated and who likes dating married men, send them to me. I'd love to talk to them in disguise. I won't share who they are, but I would love to hear their story and what they're thinking. I think that would help a lot of people. For years, I felt constant anxiety that one day he would leave me. I was afraid every single day, and I felt it, and it showed. It was no way to live, and I'm glad I'm not living that way anymore. But there's still a low-level hum of discomfort that never really leaves me. And I'm not sure it ever will, as long as his ex-wife is still out there or with us. I'm afraid one day she'll need him, ask for him, and he will go. I haven't been able to let go of that fear. Maybe I'm not supposed to. Who am I, after all, to have had an affair and not expect he will betray me too? Best thing I've read so far. If this whole situation taught me anything, it's this. I am on my own, but in the end, every single one of us is going to be left with the same exact support system. Us. With that said, I think a few finger pointers who swear we're both monsters might also like to think that their relationship is affair-proof and that it could never happen to them. Well, guess what? His ex-wife thought that too. Sorry, she didn't laugh. You can't laugh on this, but I laugh for her. That's evil to say that. People thought it would never happen to them, and guess what? To his ex-wife, it happened to her too. And she was involved in it. I don't like that. Don't be like that. If you're listening to me, listen to me. Don't be that type of person. Don't do the wrong things, because bad things will happen to you. Do good things and good things will happen to you. Will bad things come? Sure, but it won't be as worse as if you do nasty. Trust me. There you have it. I left all my comments in between, and I hope you enjoyed that. I guess the bottom line is, don't have an affair. Don't cheat. Make sure your children know not to cheat either. There are plenty of people out there. You can fall in love with an unmarried guy who doesn't have a wife and isn't divorced and doesn't have 15 kids from other baby mamas. Or you can fall in love with a married man who's got 3 kids that don't know you exist. It's your choice. What type of life do you want to live? And if you did it the wrong way, and you're like, I need to fix this, or you want your husband back, or you want your wife back, or you're sitting there thinking you have regrets, set up a call with me. I do not judge. I make fun of a lot of things, and I'll tell you right to your face, and I make you laugh, but I will never judge you. This is your life. And if you want to be connected back to your ex-wife or your ex-husband, or have your children back in your life, just tell me. I was at a wedding this weekend, and I had a conversation with a woman who was so kind. She was like 92, and I sat next to her, and I was, oh my gosh, and she and I laughed and talked, and when I got up to go get a drink, I was in line, and this woman says to me, she goes, you were just talking to my aunt. How is she? And I said, she's great. She's sitting there by herself. Go talk to her. She's like, no, I don't talk to her. Why don't you talk to your aunt? She goes, I don't know. She doesn't talk to me. Wait a minute. So you don't talk to your aunt because your aunt doesn't talk to you? That's why you don't talk to each other? And I said that to her. I flat out said that to her in line. I think I let people pass us because I was so busy talking to her. I'm like, and I connected them. And it was super easy, and I left them to talk. Be brave, people. Don't be afraid. Reach out to people. Say hello. If you were mad at your sister and you haven't talked to her in 20 years, you probably don't even remember why you're mad at her. Talk to her. Call her. Say hello. Reach out. If you need my help, send me an email. I'm at TheWifeExpert.com. Ready? You can send it to Laurie at TheWifeExpert.com or TheWifeExpert@gmail.com. I'll leave that right now. You can write it down. And in the meantime, thank you for supporting this channel. Thank you for sending it to other people. Please buy my book called My Grateful Book on Amazon. It's awesome. And if you know anyone whose husband has left them, that's a great gift to get them for Christmas. And my new book is coming out. I can't wait to tell you about it. So make sure you sign up to get these videos so when that happens, I'll be able to tell you. Anyway, I love you all. Thank you.